So I do want to tell you guys what I'm probably the luckiest person in the world, but it is also a huge shout out to Canada. Alright, Canada is the greatest country in the world, but I'm also the luckiest person in the world. Because yesterday, I don't know when this video is going up. Okay, you know what? It's going up tomorrow. So that means Monday. Alright, this video is going up Monday. So on Saturday, I went to the bar, had a couple drinks, and you know, obviously didn't want it. Can't drive, so I wanted to. There's nothing that beats the comfort of sleeping in your own bed. These are straight up. You guys cannot deny it. You know, if you live the hotel life and you're traveling a lot, and you go back home, you sleep in your own bed. It is awesome. Nothing beats sleeping in your own bed. Even though hotel beds can be comfy, nothing beats your own bed. So I don't really like to carry cash around on me. I just normally stick to Visa and debit. And you know, in my town, our taxis or anything like that, they don't take Visa or debit, right? It's only cash only. It's a small town. They don't really have all those machines that a lot of other places do, you know. So it's kind of unfortunate that it's like that. But we live in like a third world country here in this town. It's a very small town filled with old people who like to shuffle around and walk slow and drive slow. That's probably how the best way to describe my town, to be honest. So I didn't have any cash on me when I first ordered the taxi, right? So I was like, all right, I'll just go to Max. Boom. If you guys don't know what Max is just a general store. You get chips, whatever. And normally there's always an ATM in these Max stores. And I've done this before. I always just go to the ATM, take out 60 bucks. It takes $60 to get me from my house from town all the way to my house. That's out of town. So it's like a 25-minute drive out of town. Kind of lame. Kind of one of the downsides of not living at the other house in town still, but you know, it's whatever. Plus, I don't want to sleep in my office. I don't like sleeping on the couch, and the main reason why I got the office is to separate that shit, right? So I don't want to get too comfortable. I don't want to really sleep in my office. Chances are I might sleep in my office for Black Ops 3 beta though. I'm just gonna be straight up honest with y'all. So there was no ATMs at these Max stores, right? Which was absolutely dumb. And I don't know why there's no ATMs there. They just fucking took them out. They disappeared out of nowhere. RKO'd out of nowhere. No ATMs allowed. And I was like, oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to pay for this cab. He was also driving me back and forth, so I felt pretty bad about like making him drive me back and forth just so I can find money to pay him, right? And I felt pretty awful. I'm not gonna lie. But then out of nowhere, right? One of the cashiers, well, I asked the cashier if I can like take money out, right? Like through him. And he was like, oh, you can only do 20 bucks. I was like, what? Only 20 bucks, my man. It's like a $60 cab ride just to get to my house. And then he was an older guy, but he was genuinely cool about the situation. And if I had lived anywhere out in the world, chances are this would have never, ever happened, alright? It would have never, ever happened anywhere else in this world. It had to happen in Canada. So this guy is just like, you know what? Here's $60 of his own money out of his pocket. And he's like, you know what? I'll be back at this general store tomorrow around late-ish. Just pay me back then. I was like, dude, I can go home because of you. This is unreal. Thank you so much. Shook his hand. I'm gone and I'm ready. Because this place, you can't tell me how lucky that is. Like honestly, like fuck hitting a trick shot, man. I'm down to go home and just sleep in my own bed just because the courtesy of one person in the world, alright? Out of it was his own money. It was unreal. And then like pretty much the same thing happened that day too. Well, it wasn't like the guy gave me 60 bucks, but it's another reason why it was just an overall, I'm the luckiest person. Like fuck hitting, again, screw hitting a trick shot. I would rather have this stuff happen to me, alright? So I go through a drive-thru, right? And in this drive-thru, I'm feeling weird. It's also a day in a life, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just spice things up a bit. So I get a random little page out of a Dr. Seuss book, and then I just read it to the drive-thru people, and they're like, what the fuck? Is this Dr. Seuss? I was like, yeah, man. Did you enjoy it? It's like, man, I loved Dr. Seuss as a kid. I was like, my man, I got more of that. And then I also had to order what I wanted, so I got like a smoothie, right? And in this smoothie, it was a medium. And he was like, you know what? I heard this is a magical smoothie. I was like, all right, I'm down. Don't fucking drug me though, all right? It could be magical all you want, just don't drug me with this smoothie. Next thing you know, I'm getting a large smoothie for the price of a medium smoothie. Come on, man, how awesome is Canada? That shit never happens anywhere else in the world, 100%. It's awesome, man. Don't burn bridges. You burn bridges and you might not be able to do these type of things. Oh, that was clean as fuck. You got the dick. That was clean, boys. I'm down with that. Even though I missed those last two shots, pick up that. I'm like, alright, fuck it. Hey, we're still gonna hit a trick shot though.
Oh,
Oh my god,